the Loki.
All right, still only 3 attack Loki.
That's true. They're calling him the low attack legend.
He definitely has a style. On those low attack legends, we're gonna start off on Demon Island, and here we go. Darwen versus megD, and that is a big old Loki head.
Now this is a rematch. Oh my gosh, that's terrifying, dude. What's the little tiger supposed to do? So this is a little bit of a rematch from NSYNC Double Down that happened, I don't remember exactly which day, the 18th of April, where it was a game 5, was it a game 5? Of megD versus Darwen. I believe he beat him, yeah, it was game 4, where megD beat him 3-1 in NSYNC Double Down. So this is a little bit of a rematch from that tournament that happened very recently.
All right, Darwen, we've seen him with the scythe. We got to get a taste that Lady Vera just a little bit ago on our last block. And now, as Sparky pointed out, he's swapping over to Loki, going to try and see what he can do against megD. megD, a very, very patient player. Darwen's going to have his hands full trying to get another one against him.
Yeah, this is, you have 2 very, very different styles of play, and I think we're probably going to see some mishmash where they both kind of meet in the middle, where it's going to be a little bit faster than like the megD Moni game that we saw earlier, but potentially a little bit slower than a standard Darwen game like we saw earlier with Darwen versus Dragon.
Ooh, nice call out on the neutral sig. It's going to send megD up and out. Okay, Nair sending Darwen up into the sky. Dare going to use that active input to send megD up over the stage.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe megD did not lose his stock after that. I don't think Darwen expected him to just come over the corner like that. That was a really dangerous move potentially from megD, but because it was so unexpected, I don't think Darwen was ready with the right signature at the right time. Jumps way above that to get away from that hook.
megD gonna hold down the edge here. Recovery, exhausted recovery, but still got the Dare coming back down. Ground pound lets it rip. Is Darwen gonna punish it? Sideline into Dare. megD running out of options. He's able to get back up. No punish from Darwen. megD trying to get over to that weapon drop. Darwen gonna whiff the down sig. megD back on sword.
Weapon toss goes down. Darwen goes off stage unarmed, but there's the recovery from megD's sword. Immediate pickup, immediate downlight from Darwen, but megD doesn't fall into it. megD's still holding on to this first stock. There's the inlight. Darwen isn't KO damage. The double D-light into the recovery for the KO off the top, securing that one, securing the 2-stock lead.
That's a personal call out there. Who goes for the double D-light? All right.
Was the dodge burn? We're gonna have to get a replay of that. Yeah. Hopefully replay op in there.
That was a crazy option.
With that one.
Darwen, though, going to answer right back, finally getting that stock away from megD, and a whole lot of damage to come back from. Oh, Darwen chases him down. Side here going to connect. megD come back on the stage with a Dare, but nobody's home. Another Dare from Darwen. Another Dare from Darwen. Building up some damage over on the right side. megD escaping to the center of Demon Island. Weapon throw out. Darwen dodges right through it. megD left without a weapon now. Darwen's going to go ahead and plant himself right on that weapon drop, and megD able to get him off, get the guitars back in hand, but no damage has come off of him yet. Darwen trying to call him out, going down with the Dare. He can't get back up on stage. megD moving in, recovers the opposite way. Darwen plants his feet back on Demon Island.
Darwen hasn't quite found his footing yet on those edge guard situations. Okay, the signature grab, throws over. There's the ground pound there. He's starting to find his footing, because I was worried anytime megD got close over to the wall. Like, we know what Darwen is able to do to players when they get a little bit confident, a little bit too big for their britches, and push off stage against him. That's the beginning now, because megD was doing solid before. It was nothing crazy in his favor, but it was still not quite the confidence off stage until just now that we're seeing from Darwen.
Still a confidence from megD, though. He's doing a great job catching Darwen's landings off of the sword. We're just seeing the neutral lights come out. There's another one. Going to go ahead and send Darwen back over to the left side. Recovery. One more of those is going to spell the end of game number 1 from Darwen. And megD very healthy on that first stock. That's going to finish it up, and megD starts us off with the advantage.
Let's see if we get the replay on the double D. I'm paying attention this time instead of looking at the damage numbers. I'm focused, production. I'm sorry. So there's the D-light. There's the in-light. Here comes the dodge, yeah. So that's why he was so confident to go for the double D-light. I didn't happen to catch that dodge in time. I thought megD was just like, I'm going to let it rip on this one. And then just went for it. But no, he caught the dodge. Very smart gameplay coming out from megD there after you saw that amazing edge guard from Darwen, starting off of that neutral signature to send down. A little bit Taro style. Very similar mechanics coming out from that Loki signature compared to the Taro's hammer neutral signature.
350 damage from Darwen in that game number 1, only 35 of it coming off the guitars. He was not able to find a whole lot of offense there against megD, but he was down 2 stocks and brought it all down to even there towards the end. So he was definitely finding something, and there was definitely some adaptation happening throughout that game 1.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, and here we go. Darwen opening up game number 2. We've seen this before, Sparky.
Dude, is that a 0 to knockout? I think it's going to be a 0 to knockout here. This is a guaranteed. Yep, there's the down air, and megD's going to be done. That was a clean stock. 0 to knockout just like that. 33 seconds. Wow.
He got the read, got the dodge read, and it was...
He got a lot of reads. He got a lot of reads, and he got a lot of reactions. Like, we see sometimes 0 to knockout clean stocks that happen in like 18 seconds, but it's really impressive to do it over 33 seconds and have that much of a read on your opponent.
He's surgical with that neutral sig too off of this scythe. Don't want to say he's been 100% off of it, but he has not missed many.
Dude, this game, his accuracy is going to be ridiculous.
Okay, megD fighting back. Oh, no!
Dude, he gets caught after that, too. It's over. Wow. We're going to have to look at his light attack accuracy. It's going to be out of control.
Sparky.
It's going to be out of control. This is what we've come to know and love about Darwen.
Oh, my
A little bit
goodness.
of the stutter step forward. He's definitely feeling himself. He's showing it in his movement. D-light over the corner. Doesn't hit. Another GC insig this time.
Okay, I'm going to say megD's going to go ahead and catch him. Okay, back it up. Look at this lead, bro. Like, so far ahead of megD here in game number 2. We talk about players playing the first game and getting their download on their opponent. I have never seen quite the download that is on display.
Recovery?
Right
oh,
here,
it's another
right
insig.
now.
Of course, it's another insig. I don't know. I thought it was going to be a recovery and not an insig right there. We got to see the light attack accuracy. 85 damage from megD, dude. You did not get to play the video game.
No, clip it. Clip it. That people are putting that on Twitter so fast.
That's tough.
Oh, man. 85 damage coming out of megD.
67% accuracy, huh? What, chat? 67% accuracy? What, chat?
Hey.
36 light attacks. That's all it took, dude. That's got to be one of the lowest attack games with also the highest accuracy games in potentially Brawlhalla history. Like, that's ridiculous, especially like players at these levels and not like Sandstorm versus Billy Scrungo 3984 at like mid-season championship 2019 or whatever.
Okay. You know, I imagine Darwen's probably feeling pretty good after that one. The Loki definitely opened up, and now he's just standing there saying, megD, you're coming to me, bro.
We're gonna buckle up, everybody. This is intermission. This is your intermission right now. Well, I feel like this game's going to be so boring because Darwen's going to be like, yeah, you want to be boring? Let's be boring.
And it's going to, and this is what it comes down to, and especially with these two players, when you talk about their two opposite play styles, whatever player is going to be able to control the pace of the game is going to win this set. Last game, it was the Darwen show. He had control of the pace. megD is now trying to slow it down.
There's the D-light just over the corner. Last game, we already saw one stock. There's the D-light. This time sending from center stage towards the edge. There's the down air after the D-light and the ground pound. He was potentially positioning for another one, but he knew Darwen had the dodge coming off the cooldown after that. There's the down air a little bit too close, or megD was a little bit too far away for it to make a hit.
All right, we have definitely slowed our pace quite a bit. Nice call out from megD. That's going to send Darwen all the way over and out. He's able to slither his way back on stage here. megD, though, with another neutral light. Darwen unarmed, fighting back with a side light, unarmed. Okay, Qatar's back in hand, but he has not really been feeling that weapon too much.
Weapon toss goes down. That's going to eliminate that first stock. megD with a solid lead here. But it feels like any moment we could see Darwen activate. His next weapon is going to be that scythe after previously having picked up the Qatars. Here it comes. So we could see some more damage coming out here. Is he going to continue to slow it down? It looks like yes, he is. He's going to slowly jump. This time, the snake coming out, but it's actually the scythes from that signature that make contact and take away that stock and shut it down.
All right, man, it was looking a little rough there, but Darwen with a burst of excitement over there on the right side, able to go ahead and secure that stock against megD.
We had a minute 41 second game earlier. We're now 2 minutes into this game.
Yeah. This megD slowed down the pace. I mean, he's not approaching. There we go with the side light. That's going to go ahead and get him in there. Nair up, weapon throw down. Bro.
Down here sending on the side with the GC in light.
It was so low.
The insigs are mostly gone from the way Darwen has been playing, at least this game so far, compared to how often they were used previously. The down air, there's the neutral sig, could be the huge dunk, could give, yep, there we go. They're tapping it in from the backside. Let's see, there's the down air. Can he finish this one up? Yep, there it is, it's over. And now megD has an even larger lead than he did previously, but we saw how quickly Darwen took away that lead and evened things up against megD earlier just in this game.
All right. First step is to get over to that weapon. He's going to get rid of those guitars. We had 0 damage off his guitars in game number 2. He did not use them at all. Lowy Sharkin still hasn't pushed the attack button. There we go. Recovery is going to be in the wrong direction. Comes down with a dare into recovery. Wait a second. He's kind of sniping in on megD. Here's a little bit. Let the signature fly.
Oh, a little too aerial for that side light to make contact.
megD hovering over the weapon spawn. Darwen so far not going for it. Back-to-back recoveries from a megD. Sidelight's going to connect. So does the neutral light.
Goes for the other direction recovery. Both of them
There it is.
choosing the same thing at the same time with the weapon tosses. There's the end sig. That's going to take away that stock. megD now on final. Darwen only about halfway through this stock.
Definitely has a lot of work to do still here, though. Needs about 100 damage to get things back even. Sidelight in an air. That's going to be a good start. Good two-piece against megD. megD trying to make sure he has this advantage going into game number 4. Oh, I gotta be Sharkin being very careful. Neither one of these players are wanting to engage. There's a lot. I mean, that momentum going into the game 4, so important. That Sarah might be it.
No player really wants to choose to swap out their weapons until megD did that weapon toss out as the edge guard attempt. Saw the double exclamation points, the falling neutral air from megD as they were basically stacked right on top of one another. D-light into the recovery. Is it enough? Yes, it is! And now megD is in the lead 2-1. The fact that megD won that game, I wonder how that will dictate the pace of the next game. Because that's basically the game saying, Darwen, you can't try and beat megD at his own game. You have to beat him at your game like you did previously.
megD has supernatural amounts of patience.
I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it, bro.
I mean, it has literally been almost a meme in Brawlhalla for years and years. The amount of patience that he has, you cannot try to beat him as his own game. Sparky, that is absolutely correct. Darwen is going to have to try and put the pressure on, speed this game back up, and put the hurt on megD.
Now, Darwen is going to start with these guitars here, but he's able to swap out that weapon because megD kept putting unarmed pressure on him. Didn't really do a lot of damage in that time frame, and that gave Darwen all the room he needed to get over to the weapon. Grab the scythe. Now megD coming in with the guitars. Side airing off stage, recovering back again. There's the in-light off stage. Goes for the jump neutral air. Dodge back onto stage to be safe. Doesn't want to overcommit and get caught by the scythe.
Darwen reaching over. Being very careful. Still letting megD dictate here.
The weapon spawn does not matter because Darwen doesn't want to swap. megD doesn't really care if he swaps whatsoever. He knows he's not going to swap either. Oh, going with the jump side air, gets immediately punished by the down air. Darwen with the D-light off stage, setting up, down air almost reaching down on top of megD's head.
Darwen trying to push us off stage, stay here.
Oh, he read low with that GC side light. megD stayed high. That weapon spawn is actually going to despawn off the stage. That's how little engagement these two have done upon to one another. Nobody's been disarmed. Nobody wanted to change out the weapons, so the weapon spawn just despawns.
And we're a minute 10 in here so far. Still not even in red on this first stock. I mean, that tells me that megD is still controlling the pace of this game. Nice grab to cancel D-light into recovery from Darwen. That was super clean. In the dare, in the double dare, triple dare, hit him again. He doesn't need it.
Darwen did go down there just in case he was needed, but he didn't get too close to megD. You saw megD throw out that desperation neutral air off screen. Now Darwen's going to be feeling good. You saw that little stutter step forward, showing a little bit of confidence in this play style so far because he does have a lead here. We're about a minute 45 into this game.
No pressure.
Darwen's still on first stock, just barely jumps above that dash D-light from megD. Side air is going to disarm him finally.
That recovery is going to be enough. Barely catching the hitbox, but is going to send Darwen up and away. megD's going to go ahead and juggle these weapons here, trying to keep Darwen off the attack just as long as he can, but he gets caught with a neutral air unarmed. megD reaching with the downlight. Darwen was not there. Scythe back in hand, a comfort weapon for Darwen. That's exactly where he wants to be, except he probably wants to have megD off stage and have that advantage state as he's fishing for it now. No, figured the neutral light would come out trying to catch megD, but he did not pull the trigger.
In-light into the down airs, the neutral airs whiffing from Darwen. megD You see him jumping forward, then dashing back towards the middle of the stage, neutral sig, but it's only in yellow, so it's not going to lead to the immediate dunk KO off of that. Did hit the recovery right after. There's the GCD light. Darwin's going to whip that side air. There's the recovery coming out from megD. Darwen in the air, doesn't land with a down air. Again, megD's able to get above. The sights are not going to make contact like they did previously on Demon Island. There's the in-light, no neutral sig afterwards. Just wait for that recovery attempt. There's the recovery that finally makes contact. Almost gets the side air, but a great dodge from Darwen. Sidelight D-light.
megD's looking really good here. He has been playing fantastically, just being super patient. Darwen up and down, up off the soft platform, looking for something. He caught that weapon throw with his teeth, though. As megD swaps back over to the sword, goes up with his nair. Neutral light is going to catch Darwen on his way back down the stage. Exclamation point out, another one is going to send him up and over. Darwen cannot get back on stage. He's in deep red. megD just needs one more. No, the nair is going to pull megD up off the stage. Darwen whiffs off the neutral sig.
Yeah, you even saw that interesting like wall interaction there with that neutral signature as it was turned around. There's the T-light into the recovery. megD with a nice lead. He has the set lead. He has the stock lead. Let's see if he can hold on to this, or if Darwen comes back with an answer. It's going to be the Katars. Let's see if he can wake these Katars up, because he needs something big now. Now, technically, he could just wait for the next weapon spawn. There's a recovery into the neutral air. D-light into the recovery. Chasing high. He wants to attempt something here. It's the side sig. Can he confirm this stock? The ground pound. There's the dodge from megD. He was in sweat beats, but out comes the recovery from Darwen.
Oh,
not going to work a second time.
Get a little desperate trying to get rid of that second stock there off of megD. Goes the ground pound. That was about a second too late. Okay, nice catch. Recovery is going to go ahead and be enough. Everybody's on final stocks, but Darwen is on his tournament stock.
Darwen has his weapon of choice. He has megD at the weapon disadvantage. There is a spawn on the stage. megD's able to snake it away. Looking for these weapon throw initiations with a side light. Doesn't find a move after, or with the side throw, excuse me. There's the in light. Not quite enough range on it. There's the down air from Darwen. The turnaround, side air into the down air. Ground pound comes in. No, Darwen goes back onto the main stage. Looks for the GC side light. Read misses. There's the in light from megD. Are we going to see the in sync from megD? Used it early on. Ended up hitting.
Wait a second, nice catch off the side platform. Darwen's cooking here. He has the lead.
Oh my gosh, these snares.
Out. No, the wrong direction. The neutral stick from the other direction might have caught megD, might have been the end of the game, might have pushed us to a game number 5, but now Darwen has to find another opportunity. He's looking for the knockout option. megD's in his face. The nair sends him over.
Man, that neutral signature up at the top, he really had to go for the coin flip in that moment. Look at how much space is between these two players. The weapon toss helps megD get the room for the D-light that comes in but doesn't hit. He's going to have to be really careful. Darwen's going to spend a lot of time in the air. GC sidelight, he gets the turnaround ground pound. There's the recovery up, and it gets shut down by the ground pound from Darwen, and he keeps himself alive and pushes it to game 5.
Oh, man. This set is definitely helping some of y'all out with your Twitch drops, so they are definitely taking care of chat during this set. But you know what? As slow paced as it is, it's exciting. This is actually good Brawlhalla. Another game of 5 set for Brawlhalla fans in the chat. And Darwen, as we look at these replays, you guys can't see this, but he still has a locked in on a legend.
I think he's probably going to be hitting the Loki. We just maybe need a breather after that one. It's now 2-2. Look at how many more attacks it took for that game compared to the previous game. It was like 36 in the previous game that we talked about. That time it was 66. So not quite double, but very, very close to double. The light attack accuracy only being 47% compared to the 67% that we saw in the previous completely dominant game that came out from Darwen.
Wow. This whole day has just been whiplash, bro. 85 damage from megD in a game this set that is now in game 5.
Yeah.
Darwen is gone. There we go.
He's
pulling out the Vera, bro.
I didn't think he was going to swap.
Bro.
He's pulling out the Lady Vera. Let's see if megD knows how to play against Chakram, or if he knows the signature kit of Lady Vera, because I know there are probably a lot of people out there watching this right now who are unfamiliar with even the signature kit of Lady Vera.
What a weird day, man. What a weird, weird day. And it's going to continue on here. A game of 5. Lady Vera in Surrey.
3, 2,
Darwen versus megD. Game number 5. Winner of this goes on to Elimination Finals against the Balloon Boy.
It's hilarious that the first move is like a clash out between the two. Like it's this close between them, and the first move in game 5 is a clash out.
Oh, to attack Lady Vera. All right, but he does have a lot of defense to work with. Pretty good dex too on this legend. So megD is gonna have to really get that damage in there and really get those guitars working, get those good strings and be able to rack up the damage. Darwen though playing back. He's the one that's refusing to engage now.
Yeah.
Being very, very careful.
I think he's definitely confident in his ability, and he's proven that in these games where he's slowed it down against megD to be able to play at this pace and play it successfully. There's the in-light going in, the D-light into the down air. Then there's the disengage from megD before he goes back in. He touches the main platform. Now he goes all the way over to the left side of the stage, going back into the center. Side-light, in-light again, turnaround recovery. Nice three-piece. He's got a lot of unanswered damage. Side-light, in-light again. No recovery this time. There's the D-light. He waits. Then he goes for the D-light recovery. Gets the KO off of that too. My goodness. It's crazy that a minute 10 stock feels like it was lightning fast in a megD game, bro.
Sparky, it was. But megD coming out with an explosive first stock. Darwen, though, swapping over to the chakrams. He splits them. Gonna try and get some damage going here against megD as he's exactly one stock behind right here. Ooh, megD not approaching. Oh, he goes ahead and fuses him back up, trying to get maybe some good heavy damage hits. No, throws it away, goes back to the side. I don't know about it, Sparky.
Looking for his way in. He's not able to find anything. He's like retreating backwards and playing defensively, and like megD will do the same thing, but then you'll see megD push forward and Darwen keeps staying on that back foot, and then out comes the Qatar sidelight into in-light. So like he's playing defensively, but it's more of like a back foot defensive some of the time rather than like a defensive where he feels in control. Still throwing out that signature, still hasn't really found it so far today.
I don't think he's hit that neutral sig one single time that we've seen on stream.
Yeah, but you gotta use it to learn how to use it. Being bad at using a move, or using, okay, there's the ground pound, there's the weapon toss, goes wide, there's the sweat beads, and the down air to clean this one up. But the first step to using something and hitting it is using something and missing it.
Okay, okay.
That's like that's the way like Guichibu was with Queen Nai neutral signature on Qatars. Like he was just letting those rip and getting owned for them, and then all of a sudden he learned how to really use them really well.
Yeah, the evolution of Guichibu's Queen Nai is something that should be studied actually, but that's neither near nor there. As a Darwen though trying to save the set, megD trying to send him packing.
D-light in the recovery, enough to KO off the top, not quite. Probably going to need one more of those, or maybe a D-light side air like we saw previously to get the burn dodge. So D-light using the active input to send megD over onto the right side.
Darwen side light. Nope. Okay, try to get the follow up, but nothing really home. megD going up. Darwen back down stage, and now we got the fused chakram. One dare connects. Two. Oh, nope. megD able to get out of the way of that one.
megD's avoided all of these.
His movement's on point, bro. It's going to send Darwen over. That fused chakram still in hand. And megD, that is going to go ahead and catch him. Grab to cancel D-light into recovery. That is going to send Darwen up the top, and he is now on his tournament stock. megD trying to go ahead and pack him up real quick.
It's starting to get a little bit scary out there for the Darwen fans.
You should have never swapped out the Loki. I'm just not feeling the Lady Vera, and it doesn't really look like he's been feeling her either. Having a hard time really getting that good, explosive momentum that we see from Darwen. It has literally been megD controlling the entire pacing, entire flow of this game.
And I feel like there's very few things unique to Lady Vera that he's shown to be successful here. Like the chakrams just really haven't worked like they did in previous sets today. Goes for the GC sidelight read. The falling neutral air from megD, he touches. Off of sweat beads now, going for the side sig. We saw that previously. Okay, the second one is going to hit. He didn't expect two in a row. We could see him. There's the ground pound. Sweat beads go up. megD goes down, and now we're back even. Okay, you're showing us one of the reasons why you picked the Lady Vera. It wasn't necessarily for the chakrams. Maybe it's for that side sig. Maybe that's what he needs to rally back in this.
Okay, it is absolutely not over yet. It literally all comes down to this final stock. megD still having control here. Back over on the guitars. Darwen pulling the light attack. There we go. Down light is going to connect, but nothing after that. megD scurries away.
Looking for his way in. You see him jumping, feinting before he comes in with the recovery. Once Darwen went on that soft platform. Now the dare, that's going to get punished again. That's two initiations megD has thrown in there that have been punished by Darwen's downlight.
Very small punishes though, but in this situation, everything counts, especially when you're on two attack, trying to fish out, get megD into knockout range. Big streak from Darwen, he goes low, he misses, megD resets, but he gets hit with the dare. And there's still the pressure coming from Darwen. Weapon throw keeps megD off of him. Dare into D-light into recovery though.
Dare delay recovery. The weapon spawn is going to despawn again. It's not often you see that happening, and that's after, or excuse me, before the disarm. Side sig, one of the rare side sigs. I don't think megD's thrown it out a single time during this game. Oh, he went for the side light, or the neutral light into the turnaround down air.
I bet he wishes he had Loki's neutral sig right there. Oh no.
megD almost went into that side sig. Both players are getting pretty close to KO damage, depending on where they hit their big finishing move.
It'll take a signature from Lady Vera, though. I don't think much else will be able to get the job done. megD is not damaged enough.
megD's going to be looking really careful. He's coming in from the air. He gets punished again with the down light.
Bro, there's so much tension here. It could be either one. That dare could be the end. Can he finish up the weapon throw? megD has the
Oh my gosh.
He gets it done, Sparky.
The dodge.
0% chance.
The
0%
dodge
chance,
in
Sparky.
time. The dodge in time. He knew it was coming. That side air that would have saved megD's life and saved the game and saved the set because Darwen held on to his dodge.
It is the sentiment today. I'm having so much fun.